Faith, Fashion, and Favor is not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. And I am so excited and blessed and honored to be able to get it put out there and to be able to share it with y'all, because this has definitely been a passion of mine for a very long time, and it has been a long time coming and in the making. I grew up in a ministry household. My dad started pastoring when I was 5, so I was definitely, very understanding of, what the church was, who Jesus was. Like, I knew in here, what that was and what that meant. But not too long into my life did I have a really huge shift. So back when I had turned 10, a few months later, I gave my life to Christ at a church camp. But only a few months after that, my father began sexually assaulting me, and it kept going for about a period of 2 or so years. During that time, I learned a lot about myself, and I learned how to hide things and how to wear a mask. And in doing so, this really, kept this toxic mentality growing in my head. And even though I knew who the Lord was, subtle things were starting to gain footholds in my mind. A couple of years later, after it had stopped, I was 14 at the time, and it had basically come out that my father had done this to me, and our family was kind of splashed all over front page news for a while. Where we were living, and it really just kind of sent me into a spiral of a lack of understanding. It also made it to where my relationship with the Lord began suffering really heavily because of this, being something that I endured. As time went on, I really started straying away from who the Lord was. I, held on to convictions early on in high school and things of that nature, but then just really started not caring anymore, and really began giving in to my physical desires and my mental desires and my flesh. So I was really losing sight of who the Lord was in my life, and started just really going down the beaten path. This definitely led to a rocky road for me. All throughout high school, and then even into early years of my adult life. Even though I still knew who the Lord was, I was saved. I just definitely took on a mentality where I was pushing that to the back of my mind. But thankfully, the Lord had, different ways of saying, hey, I'm still here. Despite what you've been through, despite what it is that you're doing, I'm not leaving you, I'm not forsaking you. My grip is only going to be stronger on you, because whether you like it or not, you are my daughter. So with that, I was able to, really start kind of coming back into my relationship with the Lord and start learning who I was. And several toxic and abusive relationships and a divorce later, I've really been able to just kind of plunge into the Word and have had the pleasure of getting stronger and stronger in my relationship with the Lord, where I started, plugging in and, having a really strong desire to talk to people about, His grace and His mercy and His love, and how abundant that is in our lives, regardless of what it is that we go through. Ever since I was little, I've always had a thing for fashion and for makeup and for style. I used to make shoes out of little socks. I was always arguing with my mom about what I was going to wear to school, and I really just kind of put that passion of mine down for a little bit, and have just recently, over the past year and a half or so, gotten to really pick that back up in my adult life. And this is how Faith, Fashion, and Favor was born. So my love for ministry and my desire to really, share the Lord with people and to kind of speak on my testimony and the trials that He has brought me through, and the things that He has brought me through that would seem impossible, have just fused and collided with my love for fashion and for style and for makeup and things of that nature. And it has, birthed this brand that I'm super, super excited to be able to share with y'all, because I know that the Lord is in it and that He is definitely going to be working through it. Not so I can say anything for myself, not so I can boast, but so He can be made to look super awesome, in the fact that somebody like me can hopefully be a vessel and be used for work in the kingdom. The most important thing that I want people to know about this brand, Faith, Fashion, and Favor, kind of like I said at the beginning, is that it's more than just a brand. It's a lifestyle. It's about helping people. It's about reaching into the far corners of the earth. It's about being able to grow together as a family and as a community. And I definitely have, visions, of seeing it grow and prosper, and definitely just make more of an impact, throughout the entire world. What you see me wearing is our first design. It says, "I am beautiful because I am fearfully and wonderfully made," and it is based off of Psalm 139:14. And I was super excited to get this put out there, especially, with my desire to fuse kind of like the fashion world with Jesus. It was super cool to be able to put this together, and I definitely think it's a message that, needs to be heard, because as daughters of Christ, and even sons, we are beautiful. We are beautiful in His sight. We are blameless in His sight. And regardless of what we look like, regardless of our skin tone, regardless of our hair type, regardless of our size, we are all beautiful because we are perfect and holy in the sight of God, our Father. So I'm super excited to be able to get these out there to you guys, and to know that they are just hopefully going to be a nice, encouraging reminder when you wake up each day and put them on, to remind you that you are a beautiful daughter or son of the King.